So some newsletters are boring, and this one is not. You should know that my favorite medium is talking on video. I've been accused of having a rubber face. And so I've always been trying to figure out what is the best way for me to connect in a way that's enjoyable for you. And it's just really authentic to me. And so my plan for the next 12 months is to put these out once a month where we talk about the astrological month with the intention that it's connecting you back to yourself, to your own rhythm. Nature's happening, it's moving, it's flowing. You're already experiencing it. So let's tie into nature to ultimately have an invitation that's to tie into yourself, to tie into your own inner knowing, your own intuition. What's really going on is you already have all the answers. Sometimes you need some help to access them. And we can remove those blocks and beliefs and shift perspectives so that you can more easily receive your truth and live authentically to you. So, what's the what? It's the Astrological New Year. Aries season, spring, literally makes so much more sense than starting the year in January. Can we agree? We can consider that possibility. So for me, it always feels like a new year now, through this March 21st date, give or take a day or two, depending on the year. September, listen, I grew up in a family of teachers, so September feels like a new year, and so does January, each their own kind of different energies there. So this is the one that I think really counts because nature is moving in a certain system and we're affected by that. So why wouldn't we jump on board? And so it's Aries season. We've just finished Pisces season, which is all about reflection, emotion, subconscious, intuition, obviously my favorite. And it's meant to be more of a season of rest, which sometimes can be challenging. If you're like me, some people are like, no, I love it. But if you're like me and you're like, let's go into Aries season, where I'm like, yes, this is where I feel at home. Aries season is activation. If we're thinking about nature, a seed is in the soil is getting fertilized and juicy and delicious during that rested winter season. So it is the perfect environment for the seed to push through and move past that barrier out into the sun, just like you. So you are in the sun is shining, you are pushing through, and you are activated into your 12-month cycle. So Aries season is about getting shit done, starting the motion, putting things out there, moving your body, and really starting to get organized for this year ahead, this 12 months. What do you want to implement, innovate, get excited about, communicate, get it all out on paper? So for Aries season, and I've included some questions in this email for you. And if you're watching this anywhere else, the questions will be in the comments or the description. Take a hot minute over the next few days and reflect. What do I desire to create over the next 12 months? I will put in meditation because I would love for you to answer these questions from your intuition and not your thinking mind. You could do both. See how it feels. We're big on feeling here. What do you want to create? How do you want to feel after the next 12 months? Maybe check in and see, how do I feel today? Where am I really, showing up for myself and I'm excited? Where do I feel like I could be creating more in my life? I'm excited to create more, expand into. But go through the questions that are provided and tap in and start to lay that foundation. And ideally put the answer somewhere that you could reference back, either reference back seasonally or in a year's time. You could, my favorite thing I used to do for my clients when we would do this exercise is you could actually put it in your Gmail and schedule the email to come back to you in 12 months time, because you can schedule emails in Gmail if you didn't already know. So whatever it is, but something in that realm will feel really fun for you. And then you're going to take advantage of the spring season. And there's 3 astrological months in the spring season, which is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And we'll talk about Taurus next month. We'll focus on Aries today. But I really want you to sink into the fact that it's time to move forward. So if there's anything that's been holding you back from moving forward, maybe sit with that. Say, what has kept me from saying yes to the dreams until now? So sometimes it can be money. It can be, knowing what to do. There's a laundry list, right? I hear it all the time. Here's what's really true. You always have everything you need in this moment. So if historically you outsource to get answers, sit with your intuition and just ask, what is the next best step I can take? Especially for my intuitive friends who tend to go to the oracle cards, tarot, check your astrology, check your gene keys. Your mind is looking for confirmation that when your intuition already has the answer. So could you this one time believe your intuition over your mind and not worry about having the whole answer, but just take the next best step? So maybe it's posting your readings at Starbucks, telling a friend, offering 5 free readings in exchange for a testimonial. For me, that I finally did here while I'm living in Tulum, was offering breath work. And it's been so amazing to offer it in person after doing so much online that I have to remember to make sure that people are paying me, because I forget, because I'm having so much fun. I'm like, oh yeah, did you? Sorry, yeah, just because it's an exchange, so that's important. But I had been sitting on it for a year, just really like, oh, is this even my thing? Should I be doing this? There's so many people, or like all the normal things we share. It has been amazing, and it's been leading to some really cool opportunities that I wanted to receive before I started, even though I know that's not how this works, right? We want to receive to confirm that we should start when we have to start, and then the reception will come because we're in motion. And when we're in motion, we're easier to see, or we're the energetic match to receive something because people can see we're doing it. No one knows that I'm epic breathwork facilitator and energy healer if I don't do it. If I just think about it in my home, think about how I'm going to convince people. No, just go and do it, and then tell people and invite them in. Keep doing it and keep showing up. And so the same is true for you. And Aries season is the perfect time to activate, to get in motion. If you have questions, I will be on Instagram, so I'd love for you to come join me, because I will talk more there as we go through the next 4 weeks. If you're wanting to activate more deeply into your intuition, I did make you a workbook for your intuitive type, and it goes really nicely with the Intuition Unleashed. It's a 30-day practice to get your intuition in motion, because we can know all the things, but without activating and actioning them, it kind of isn't worth shit, to be honest. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's time to stop thinking and move the thinking into doing. That's where we're at these days. And then sometimes an individual session where we can shift perspectives, move blocks, get you on a path that feels really good. It's my favorite thing to do. I feel very certain that if you come and sit with me, we'll have a massive shift. And you leave with a program, sort of a 3 to 5 things of things I'd love you to work on afterwards, so you feel like you have a direction, something to anchor into. Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. I can't wait to see you over these next 12 months in whichever capacity feels good for you. If you haven't taken the quiz, I don't know what you're doing, but your intuitive type quiz is linked in here. Figure out your intuitive type. It's how you receive. It's the easiest place to start and start to work with your intuition consciously. And if you have questions, comments, queries, or concerns, please reach out. Otherwise, happy Astrological New Year. Enjoy Aries season, and I cannot wait to see what you create.